Greetings, Rigil Agateiades here, and today we're in a normal rated match, with a full Acguy squad regardless. Continuing our Acguy spree from last video, this is the Acguy Recon Type, and right off the bat we know what our opponent's team is made of. No stealth, bit of a waste of the spotting power on this Acguy, but never a bad thing. With a full Acguy squad, of course the first thing to do on this map is to go for a swim. This underwater route is notoriously effective on aquatic suits. Another sensor arm scan reveals that their raid type is all the way on our left, and only 3 general types where we are. Time to feast. After all, this Acguy is a support type, and we'd love to get the extra 30% damage. Chain explosion rockets straight on our poor raid type who's getting hammered. Too bad they didn't stagger the general types quick enough. Arm Vulcans and then squeeze in a sensor arm scan while it reloads. Don't have the instant stagger ready, so chain explosions only in the meantime. Teammate took down the general type, but we totally could have won with our Vulcans anyway. Weapons on the Acguy Recon Type. The most important weapon is probably the head-mounted rockets. Fires 4 in one burst, and each of them staggers immediately. You can use them on thrusters as well. The only thing to complain about them is how slow they are, so you have to aim far ahead. Teammate got countered, we tried to help with a down attack, but the Zaku avoided that with a tackle. Not a problem, as the Acguy squad always got each other's backs. Flurry of machine gun fire, and that's the Zaku down, which brings us to these Arm Vulcans. Basically a machine gun, but it actually staggers decently quick, so it's worthy of being the main weapon. Damage is alright, but more importantly it reloads in just 6 seconds, so you can always count on it as follow-up. That being said, as a support type, you don't do as much damage as the more stationary support types such as the gun tank, so you definitely have to make use of every possible opportunity to deal damage. Try to exclusively target the general types. Definitely not lacking the burst firepower when the rockets are ready, especially juicy on general type feet. A bit of a mess going on, but with this Acguy it isn't a problem unlike other supports. Pull out the saber and then a resist move. Basically an emergency evasion, making this suit essentially the first support type with both balancers and emergency evasion. Think twice before you count on melee attacks to take down this suit. Dodge the melee, would have escaped from that ground type Gundam if there wasn't someone else shooting us. First to respawn, and quickly we find our raid type Acguy getting butchered again. Poor man. Chain explosion to continuously blast the enemy who's meleeing. Combined with the Arm Vulcans, they stagger in seconds. These special rockets have the same handling properties as the normal rockets. They fire in the same arc and speed, and can be used while on thrusters. Because they blast the same location continuously over time, you can also pre-fire them at an area, to prevent enemies from getting through. And when you run out on all these weapons, it's a good time to squeeze in a sensor arm scan. The sensor arm scan reveals all enemies in front of you with the same range as your radar, but you have to stand still to do so. Definitely not as easy to use as a Hyzak or a Acguy Recon scan, but with a 10-second overheat, you can do it way more frequently. Just saw you tackle, that will be a full rocket volley. 1000 damage per hit, that's 4000 in an instant. More rockets on the Zaku and it's a second kill. One more to go and we'll finish it up with a melee combo. While we don't have melee combo controllers, with high performance balancers on this suit, thrusters into a down attack is definitely a useful option. Enemy infantry will quickly deal with that with our rockets. Okay, this is a problem. Because of the high arc of the rockets, it cannot hit anything close or down low. Oh well, manual aim with Vulcans it will be. Wasted a lot of time on that infantry. Good thing the enemy weren't doing much in the meantime. Saw 2 enemies dive underwater, so we scanned the tunnel to our left. Seems like they headed down the middle instead. Time to give them a warm underwater welcome. This suit is an Acguy after all, so underwater is where we thrive. 4 rockets direct hit on the general type, half the suit melted in no time. Thanks to our underwater compatibility, we don't have any movement debuffs whatsoever, and with aquatic mobile shooting, we can even fire our Arm Vulcans while on thrusters. don't have maneuver armor though, so it's really only useful if the enemy isn't hitting you. And god, the hand anchor hurts. Backflip didn't get us particularly anywhere, and then the tackle takes us down with us unable to do anything about it. Third respawn. You may have realized that the enemy raid type isn't going after us at all, and that's for two reasons. Firstly, our Zaku half cannon is a way easier target. Secondly, he probably couldn't even find us in the first place. With multiple Acguys on our team, identifying which Acguy you're going against isn't easy. Just look at the amount of times our raid type is getting chopped instead. And with stealth on this suit, you might not even notice we're right behind you. With 4 general types on the enemy team and no raid types chasing us, we are definitely having a good time raining fire on the enemy. Resist to move to dodge the harpoon gun, but a very long anchor follows. You're supposed to be a melee weapon. Swap to the rockets after getting up and manages to stagger both enemies, but only after we get down. Ow! Defense definitely isn't the suit's strength, and our opponent evaded to overcome his broken feet. Tackle hoping for a counter didn't work, but at least we took the raid type down with us. "40 seconds left with a very strong lead. Victory is in the bag and we can play a bit more aggressively. With stealth on our suit and only general types in sight, we'll be fine." Rockets stagger on the thruster, and then Vulcans do a quick job of the Aqua Gym. Second general type underwater, we've got plenty more rockets for him. They connect and we resist move out of melee range. Rockets stagger him again, but then there's someone behind us. Bit of a lousy end, but we did our job well enough in the first half. This Acguy Recon Type definitely feels like the sneaky scout is supposed to be, but a bit stretched in terms of firepower. Plenty of tools to survive as a support type, with a pseudo emergency evasion and balancers, not to mention being almost unnoticed most of the time. But this comes at the cost of struggling to deal enough damage taking the support role. Bonus points for being cute and trashing stealth enemies. That's it from me today. Latest.